Good morning. We're back again. It's good to see you, my friends. Alright, we're having more fun today. Catching up on a lot of this news that just dropped over the last 24 to 48 hours. And yeah, let's talk about this lady.
First Lady Melania Trump is speaking right now at the White House. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon. The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein.
Alright, let me pause this real quick. This is the fashion coming out of me. I like the suit. It looks like something that you wear in, Brooklyn, Manhattan, heading into the office. So, yeah, shout out to the fit. Looks pretty good. Other than that, it was a disaster.
Need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance.
No. No. I'm sorry, man. No. I've seen way too many pictures of her with known convicted pedophiles to just think that moral conviction? Nah, man.
Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City.
It is. This I'll admit. Social circles do overlap here. And yeah, you're going to see stars and influencers in places where, you normally wouldn't find them in other cities. It's just how it's always been out here. I've met tons of these guys, man. Too many that, I don't even want to talk about. Because they're usually not good people, so, yeah.
And Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump.
What?
I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998.
Good year.
This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania. The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about Epstein and me have been circulating on social media for years now.
This is painful.
Be cautious about what you believe.
Facts.
These images and stories are completely false. I'm not a witness or a named witness in connection with any of Epstein's crimes. My name has never appeared in court documents, depositions, victim statements, or FBI in interviews surrounding the Epstein matter.
Okay, so, okay, that being said, why are you doing this then? Doesn't make sense. But alright, let's hop back in.
I have never had any knowledge of Epstein abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. I have never been legally accused or convinced of a crime in connection with Epstein's sex trafficking, abuse of minors, and other repulsive behavior. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. My attorneys and I have fought these unfounded and baseless lies with success and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me, such as Daily Beast, James Carville, and HarperCollins, UK. Now is the time for Congress to act.
Now?
Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record.
Totally agree.
Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
Now,
We've been listening to First Lady Melania Trump speaking from the White House, saying point.
there you have it. Now, here are a couple of things I agree with. A lot that I don't. So, yeah, I'm just confused as to why anyone, if you haven't been mentioned and you're not connected to anything, then what's the point of this? It doesn't make sense. The only reason you would do something like this is try to get out ahead of something that you know is coming down the pipe. Now, I'm not sure what the lady did. As long as she wasn't hurting nobody, I don't really even care. But if she was a part of this and, you know, harmed people, harmed children, then yeah, she needs to be held accountable. Her husband needs to be held accountable. We've already had Bill and Hillary Clinton come in and testify, and so many people were thinking that Bill Clinton was guilty of a lot of things, but yeah, there's just no, well, you got to show proof in court, and there's just no proof that Bill did anything, that was crazy on Epstein's island or jet or whatever. Or maybe they've taken care of it. Who knows? Like, so much has come out to where you can't really doubt anything. So all possible outcomes are really on the table. If you say something sounds too crazy to be real, I don't know if that's necessarily the case with these guys, because some of the things, you know, that come out in these files is what? Like, that's immediately what you have to say. What? Yeah. So tell me how you feel about this. If you believe that she is 100% innocent, no blood on her hands. I mean, I like the suit, but I don't think it changes. I don't think it changes my opinion. Yeah. Allegedly, all of these things are alleged. All right. But yeah, man. I would love for Congress to have her come in. Yeah. And Pam Bondi. Yeah, we kind of need both of them to come on down to the front in court on record. I don't think the victims need to go through this anymore. We just need the people in power to do their job, do what they're supposed to do, and morally do the right thing. So many people these days just don't want to do the right thing, and making these victims suffer, having them watch this stuff over and over again because it's trending, going viral every day. I couldn't imagine waking up hearing about I couldn't imagine going through what some of the victims went through, and then having to wake up and see it trending every other day when nothing is being done about it. It's kind of like they're just throwing it in your face, just pissing all over you, and it's not right, man. Let's bring some closure to this matter, and this is something that doesn't have to be handled by the Democrats when they get in office. Just do the right freaking thing, all right? Yeah. Now that's gonna do it. That's gonna be it for this one. Boss lady, first lady, least popular of all time. Let that sink in. All right, peeps. Until the next one, Pix, and I'm out.